It's Words and Music from Riverside Revival. Jessie Scott with Watchhouse. Andrew, Emily, so good to see you guys.
Great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh, such a pleasure. Always. The last time I got to hear your music live was at the Ryman, which was just so magical.
Oh, man, that place is magical.
It is.
Yeah, just getting to sing in there it's kind of what you always want it to be, and then, you get there and you hear it for the first time, and it's like, wow, this is kind of more than what I was expecting. So,
stepping on that stage, too, you just really feel the weight of the generations. Ghosts.
Yeah.
Lots of ghosts.
Yeah, we like singing about ghosts, so, we like to welcome them in whenever they're present, too. So.
Well, this record, this new album, has such, you always do an ethereal feel, but there's such poetry to it and such a gentle nature to the music that you make. You want to talk about how that comes together?
Yeah, this one, it was a challenge to make this record. We had some new sounds we wanted to make and new instruments we wanted to introduce. And so because of that, there was a lot of trial and error, but we eventually found it and really happy with the way it turned out. I think the gentleness is just comes natural to both of us. It's like whenever I sit down to write, it's usually really late, and it's probably after a long day, especially now with kids. It's like, it's that big breath at the end of the day. It's like, all right, let's play some music or write some music. And I think that just gets ingrained in the songs because of that.
How did you guys meet?
We met at a bluegrass jam. So through some mutual friends, and all we played for the first couple of years were like old traditional tunes with a few originals mixed in, I think.
Such a cool scene too in Chapel Hill. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, there's like a rich history there. The Red Clay Ramblers, I don't know if you know those guys or not, but they were some of the first folks I got introduced to when I moved up there. There's a band called the Big Fat Gap, which you may have never heard of them. It's a bluegrass band there in town, but Andy Thorne, who plays with Leftover Salmon, got his start there. Let's see, John Stickley from the John Stickley Trio.
Bobby Britt, who plays
Bobby
with
Britt.
Town Mountain. So it's a band that has played locally for a few decades now. But that's who we met through. And just there's a lot of folks to play with and a lot of rich music history, outside of that. And we're really lucky to still have a really well-established locally run venue that gets all kinds of touring acts coming through at the Cat's Cradle. So it's a good place to call home base.
Something to be said for college towns and having that other generation coming up be part of it as well. We're seeing that here in Nashville, and it's so wonderful to be handing the baton down to yet another generation coming up. Do you see that happening?
I think so. I think it keeps an excitement for music, very present in the town, because, I remember when I was like 18, 19, 20, music was everything, like there was really no other responsibilities except to, make art and hang out. And so I think that having that energy ever present in a town is great, for the people there that are actually creating and wanting to perform.
So you're wearing a Levon Helm studio T-shirt.
Yeah.
Such a great venue.
Mm-hmm.
Yet another, long legacy, long history. It's really such a continuum in this world. I am so pleased to, have had Oh Brother come and inform a bunch of people that were maybe 12 years old at the time when it came out that have, ascended and are amazing. Nickel Creek, I think, was, one of those bands. And, I wonder, too, now whether Molly Tuttle and Billy Strings are turning people on that are now 10 who are watching these shredding fingers.
Yeah.
Whether they're getting turned on to music, too.
No, I think they absolutely are. People are seeing them hold acoustic guitars and, these string bands get on stage and play for that many people. It all of a sudden makes it, a worthy venture to like really want to dive into that music and dive into how to play those instruments. Whereas, I think there's times in history where it's like you had to strap on an electric guitar and grab a drum kit in order to play for a lot of people. And I think that folks like Billy and Molly are definitely making it possible to play bluegrass music for a lot of people. So
such an exciting time right now. You have your own label. How did that happen?
I think it came out of a time that I feel like a lot of us were reckoning with a lot of things during COVID, and everything kind of went away, and it was hard, but in a lot of ways it felt like a blank slate. And we had a great time with our label that we put out many records with Yep Rock, and it felt like a time where we just needed sort of a fresh start and weren't really sure that there was another label that we wanted to call home, but we had records that we were ready to put out. So we were happy to be able to do that on our own with 30 Tigers based here. So.
And the name of the label is perfect for 30 Tigers.
Yeah. Tiptoe Tiger.
Yeah. Was that planted in the back of your mind?
Emily came up with that. I remember we were pulling up to a gas tank to get some gas one day, and you said that. You were like, what about Tiptoe Tiger?
Yeah.
And we both liked it. So yeah.
And there was a tiger in the tank reference.
Yeah, maybe it was an Exxon. Who knows?
I don't know do they still even use that?
I don't know. Yeah, I remember it used to be like part of the logo.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it's funny. So you're in town just as the record is dropping. It's called Rituals, and doing the media thing. But you're coming back actually to do another Ryman night in October.
I think it's in November.
November.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it'll be here before we know it.
Oh, truly.
Oh, yeah.
We have to get through the summer first.
Yeah.
It'll
be just heat. Cooling off then.
Yeah, really. So what are you going to play for us first?
I think we'll start with the title track off the album. It's called Rituals.
This is the title track of the record. It's called Rituals. And it kind of came about after a conversation I had with a bandmate just about how we were growing up. We would just go run to our neighbors' houses and not really see if they were okay with us just running to their houses. And then it was kind of up to them whether they wanted to let us in or not. And just we don't really do that anymore. I don't know if because we're older or if because it's a shift in our, just consciousness or whatever it is. But this was kind of just playing with that idea and just wanted to write a song about it. So, yeah, it's called Rituals. If you get to know me from my photographs and see me smiling in them all, you might get to thinking that I'm doing well. Everything I want just seems to fall in place, 'cause I've been working hard. I can't recall the reasons for my rituals. I'm so spiritual, I just exist in total bliss. Haven't I come so far? Oh, sometimes the shadows find a way to make a fist, and each time I've noticed I'm still surprised by it. So I send my love to you. I send my love to you. I wish I remembered all my neighbors' names. Someday I'll knock on every door. Instead I sit here wondering at the passers-by, and why no one drops in anymore unannounced. That's why I sing lonesome songs. But still it's nice to see you as you're strolling by. Days to come spread across your face. Oh, the race certainly has caught on. How did we get Sometimes the shadows find a way to make a fist, and each time I've noticed I'm still surprised by it. So I send my love to you. 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 There through the looking glass, the world it moves so fast. I'm in here holding on to no future and no past. Find some place to go beyond this to and fro, where we don't have to dance like stars in our own show. Find someone to be with brand new eyes to see. You go and dig right in, forget how to be free. There through the looking glass, the world it moves so fast. I'm in here holding on to no future and no past. Yeah, it's a song called All Around You. And yeah, it's the only one with ooze on the record. Here we go.
2, 3, 4.
It's a long road I've traveled, it's been wild in its way. I was forged in the night, tempered by the day. Now the way has grown weary, I have a light that just won't shine. And 4 walls around me, they don't feel like mine. Home, home, home. Home. Can't you feel it right behind you? Ain't it always just ahead and all around you too? Now the world will try to shape you till you're nothing but a tool. And the nest is just a wagon, and the hawk is just a mule. And there's no time for talking with the ones that you call friend. What a busy life we lead, just working towards what end? Home, home, home. Can't you feel it right behind you? Ain't it always just ahead and all around you too? Can't you feel it right behind you? Ain't it always just ahead and all around you too?
Watchhouse is with us for Words of Music here at WMOT's Riverside Revival Studio. What song? All Around You?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that one, that's a fun one to play. You know, we don't have many upbeat songs, and so whenever we do, it's just like, you know, we feel very excited, you know, when that one comes across. So, yeah. You know, and it's fun to play it in a quiet space here too. You know, it works both ways.
Very church-like.
Yeah.
I mean, it really so serene, so touches you. And I love the instrumentation that you brought today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been getting to know this bouzouki over here. You know, that's like, I've been obsessed with it ever since I got turned on to this band called Planksty. I don't know if you know them or not. Andy Irvine and Paul Brady and Christy Moore, Liam O'Flynn, Donald Lunny. It's these Irish dudes that made some really beautiful music in the mid-'70s, but they used a lot of mandolins and bouzouki's and the uilleann pipes as well. And so, yeah, just figuring out how to kind of incorporate some of those sounds into what we're doing.
Well, I know, too, that you do sometimes duo shows, but you sometimes do band shows. You want to talk about the dynamics?
Yeah, it's really fun for us to have both. You know, when we play with the band, we have fun because we're on the road with our friends, but we're also able to present the songs we don't we don't try to stay too true to the recordings necessarily, but it does feel like there's more sounds that we can make when there are 5 people on stage. And so that's really fun, but it's always nice to play duo. I think Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings said something one time about how it is like the easiest and the hardest thing because, you know, you have less to keep up with, but each person is 50% of the band. And yeah, we really, really enjoy both.
How's parenting changed your lives?
Well, we wake up a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Hard for rock and rollers.
Yeah. It's also been a nice perspective shift. You know, like I was just talking about, you know, and, when we first started this thing, it was like music was everything. And I think that's, you know, that was great. And we wrote a lot of great tunes in that time, you know, but now I think when we finally get to sit down and play together, it's like a real release, you know, it's like, it feels like we're able to go to different places now because we don't just get to, you know, immerse ourselves in it constantly.
You go to a lot of places. Festival season just about upon us. You want to talk about what's on your dance card?
Yeah, this summer is going to be fun because it's album release tour, sort of mashed up with festival season. So we'll get sort of the best of both worlds, play a lot of clubs and indoor venues, but we've got a few festivals we're really looking forward to. One that comes to mind is Nelsonville Music Festival in Ohio. That's a really special one. And then Rocky Mountain Folks Festival, which is out at in Lyons, Colorado. That'll be in August. And we just love anything that all the festivals that the Planet Bluegrass folks do. They're really special gatherings.
So great to get the tribe together.
Yeah.
And there's such a joy to being able to share their energy, coming back at you on stage, and everybody is in it for the music. It's really so special.
Yeah.
We get to do that as well, and it's just so great to watch how the audiences actually listen.
Yeah.
You know, it's very, very special. Let's talk about the lyrics on this record, because I know you were grappling with, you know, some sort of life moments and shedding skin.
Yeah. I mean, I think since 2020, it's been such a, you know, transitional period. And him and I both, we were hit by a car in Iowa City in a crosswalk. And so that was a real perspective shift there, you know. And I think touring after that was something, you know, with the, you know, hopping on stage after, you know, kind of going through and coming out of like a really serious concussion kind of changed things a little bit, you know, and, but it, you know, I'm really grateful that we're able to play and, you know, walk, all those things, you know, and I think that a lot of that, a lot of those thoughts and a lot of the things that we ended up grappling with ended up on this record, you know, and that was a big part of the reason why it was so challenging to make, because it was, it just encompassed so many different emotions and so many different perspectives, and how to kind of just whittle that down into a 3-minute song is, you know, a challenge in itself. But I love where it all ended up, and I think the music definitely helps with that. You know, it's like you don't have to spell out everything and make it all make sense lyrically all the time, because you have this music there to support it and to kind of transport it a little bit. So
I always find it so interesting too that you write from a personal place, but that it's universal at the same time, and as people listen, they're responding with what their life experience is, and that might not be what you meant, but it doesn't matter because sort of it's writ large.
Yeah, no, I love that part about it. You know, you know, as soon as you put a song out, it becomes not just yours anymore. It's like it's everyone's who wants to listen to it.
I think that mindset also helps, because there can be a lot of anxiety when we're about to put music like this out into the world, because it feels so personal and it feels very revealing, and we're not sure if we want to be that vulnerable in the world today. But I think reminding ourselves that when people are hearing the songs, they're not hearing necessarily the same things that we're hearing when we're playing them or when they were being written. Everyone is hearing something reflected back at them.
Yeah, that's kind of unifying.
Yeah, that's great. It's a universal thing. You know, it's empathy. Yeah. And so I have to ask, because for a long time there was an adjective that came with the name, and that name hasn't been said in a long time, but I don't know if we want to actually say mandolin orange, but you're no longer formally known as, which, how was that as a transition?
It feels good. I feel like we're finally over the hump with it, and
I think we got over the hump with it a lot faster than everyone else did, maybe.
Yeah. It's just part of the journey.
So when I listed it on our, all the songs that we were playing, I changed the ones that were originally MO but I put formerly known as, and I looked at those initials, and they're not something that you could have incorporated easily into anything as an acronym. But I will go into the log now and change them, remove them.
As you wish. Leave them how they suit you.
It's just, we carried it a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how many years. It's like maybe 5 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. And I mean, Watchhouse has such a great connotation, too, of, sort of the guard, the keeper of the peace.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, we've talked about it a lot, but I think, just the idea of this place that I used to go growing up where I just remember being invited to this place for the first time with my best friend growing up. And it was like a place that only, close family friends would go to, and I think that that's what we wanted people to feel when they listen to our music is, I'm always surprised when a large crowd gathers and listens to our music because it's really written for individuals, and I think that we're starting to see that now that you look out at a crowd of people and it's a bunch of individuals out there coming to it for their own reasons,
We talk to one person at a time on the radio. We know there's many listening, but so I feel the same way about how we deliver music into people's heads.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do is hope that it resonates with one person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just make sure it's resonating with yourself, because then I think it does translate,
Totally. So great to have you here today. Can't wait for you to come back to Nashville to play the Ryman. And,
thank you for having us.
Yeah. Watchhouse for Words and Music for WMOT from Riverside Revival. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.